Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. In the wild, you'll find massive beasts, but what would happen if any of these ferocious creatures make their way to the city you live in? Well, obviously, we're not talking about Jumanji here, but in today's episode, we're going to show you 10 massive creatures found in the middle of the city. Number 10. Bull Gone Loose. Torturing bulls for entertainment? Well, this time, the bull got his revenge. This incident happened at the festival in the northeast of Spain. During the festival, few men were trying to dodge the bull attack and entertaining the audience. But then the worst happened. A huge bull just jumped out of the arena as a group of men were trying to show off their skills. The bull didn't care to be used as a piece of entertainment. The bull jumped into the audience and went on an insane rampage. The bull charged to the gates and jumped over the walls and stampeded into the benches where the public was sitting. It attacked spectators without any mercy, left, right, and center. After that, the bull found its way to the parking lot and great havoc was caused. It then made its way to the forest, but was put down by authorities with a bullet. 17 people were hurt in this incident, while one person was sent to the hospital in critical condition. Number 9. Hungry Hyena's Day Out. Ethiopian capital of Addis Ababa residents might be in danger of being eaten by hyenas. BBC reported that hyenas have become a dangerous problem in this city. Eating garbage, skulking in the shadows of buildings, being close to the homes of citizens, hyenas are found all through the city limits. These hyenas feed on stray cats and dogs and carcasses of dead animals. Experts say that their number is between 300 to 1,000. What's more shocking is that these creatures have been a hurdle for planes during the landing and takeoff process. Back in 2011, a bunch of hunters were hired by the airport authority to kill these beasts. Even these hyenas were found in the local public cemetery, digging corpses out of their graves and feasting on them. It was just the worst nightmare, especially for the people who slept out on the streets. So, Addis Ababa is infected with hyenas who aren't afraid to kill. Number 8. Brown bear in Russia. A brown bear attacked in the middle of the Russian city. The footage of the attack was caught on a surveillance video. A young man was seen walking down the street when a bear appeared on the scene. It came out from behind the tree and just charged at the man. Following the conventional method, the guy stood completely still, thinking the bear would just pass by. But this trick didn't help. The bear jumped on him and bit him, and the only thing that saved this guy's life was the nearby taxi driver, who honked and switched the lights on and off. This scared the bear, and it ran away. The driver took that injured man to the hospital. The bear must have snuck in from the woods nearby, and it was tracked and killed by rangers. Number 7. Tiger Chaos. If you have ever happened to visit India, then you would know that there are elephants and cows in the streets. But there are also rogue tigers that attack people in streets. One such incident happened when a Bengal tiger somehow managed to escape the nature reserve. The footage of this terrible incident was released. The enormous cat attacked the locals and even charged at the man who was trying to run away. The worst happened when a man was tackled by this beast and knocked into a 15-foot pit. Several people were injured in this incident, and surprisingly, this tiger had yet to have been caught or brought under control. All we know is that this tiger is still terrorizing the small Indian city of Tezpur. Number 6. Cassowary Attack. Man killed by a bird seems unusual, but this bird has been made to kill. A man named Marvin Hajos was killed in his backyard in his home of Gainesville, Florida. The killer was this bird, the cassowary. This was actually his pet, but now we know that keeping these birds might not be the best decision to make. Marvin made the initial call to 911 at about 10 in the morning. He fell, and seeing him weak, the cassowary trampled him to death with those giant claws. He was taken to the local hospital, but died from his injuries. This 75-year-old man witnessed many great wars and was killed by this giant chicken. Number 5. Coronavirus and the animal takeover. Coronavirus quarantine situation resulted in empty cities and humans locked up in homes. But at that time, animals began to take over cities. All kinds of very rare critters were found wandering through cities. just like these leatherback turtles. It was observed that these turtles laid the most nests in over 20 years, just because there were not many tourists in Phuket. In Australia, kangaroos were found hopping through deserted city streets, and in London, the deer moved in their own accord. That isn't it though. In Japan, a deer was found out and open from near a park. But things get crazier when alligators are found out in the open. In South Carolina, alligators began wandering out of the swamps and basking in the sun on the beaches, as there was no one to bother them. But do you know what's even crazier? A puma was found in the city of Santiago, Chile. This cat came down the mountain looking for food and had a day out in the city. Well, when humans are locked up in homes, animals invade our cities. Number 4. Hotel Lioness. A lioness was captured on the surveillance footage when she tried to get a reservation at the local hotel in the Indian city of Junagadh. Yes, reservation for lioness. It strolled in the center of town, sniffed around the hotel parking area, then just went inside. Maybe she needed a room. The only lucky part here was that she arrived 5 o'clock in the morning when there was nobody out to witness her curious exploring. Number 3. Elephants in the city. Elephants seem too big for being in the city, blocking traffic, stealing food, and causing general mayhem. No one would like these annoying animals out in the open, as they even trample people to death. It's the story of an Indian city, Chande Mathur, where a 75-year-old man encountered an elephant on the road while walking near his house. The elephant spotted this man, decided that it didn't like this small human around, and then just stomped him into mulch. What a terrible incident! 2 youths heard the screaming of this man, and they rushed to help him. But the elephant attacked them as well. Luckily, they attained minor injuries from this angry elephant and were taken to the hospital. After this terrible tragedy, the forest department rushed in and tried to get the elephant out of the city limits. Luckily, this wandering elephant was shooed away, and it didn't need to be hurt. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by one of our subscribers. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it on over to us. Who knows, we might even feature it in one of our videos. Number 2. The subscriber pick. Our subscriber picture today shows a snake slithering its way out of a cage. Snakes are not something you'd like to find anywhere out in the city. This snake was found wriggling on somebody's roof in the middle of a busy neighborhood. This might not be a big deal if it was a little one, but in fact, this snake was 18 feet long, which could have eaten pets or even a few kids. Not a big deal for such massive creatures, but here comes the twist. This snake is named Juliet and actually belonged to the owner of the house. It was a reticulated python, one of the biggest serpents in the world. It was 8 years old when it managed to slither away onto the garage roof. But why would someone keep such a large snake in their house? The same question was asked by the neighbors and police. The owner claimed to sympathize with the neighbors. Luckily, this snake was found out and its owner took this 18-foot giant home away from the freak neighbors and children. Number 1. Colombian drug hippos. You must have heard about cocaine kingpin Pablo Escobar. This man murdered hundreds and made millions on cocaine. What you might not know about this man is that back in the 1980s, he had his theme park and a private zoo. There were lots of different animals, but some of the most ferocious and gigantic were the hippos. Hippos are considered to be the largest invasive animals in the world. It is also claimed that the hippopotamus, once owned by Pablo Escobar, are in danger of colonizing the entire country. These hippos are also having dramatic impacts on the environment. Currently, they aren't in the capital city, but they were at Escobar's ranch until he died in 1994. Most of these animals were relocated after he was killed. But still, there were many who remained at their place. The reason was that they were just too hard to catch. In the 2020s, these hippos ruined the water quality of the rivers and lakes they were inhabiting as a result of their feces. Hippos are even moving deeper into the country, taking over the waterways and also endangering the population of small cities and towns. Well, that concludes our list of the 10 massive creatures found in the middle of the city. Have you ever happened to encounter some massive animal yourself? Comment down below to let us know. But before you go, don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell icon to stay up to date with our latest videos. We'll see you next time.